support you. And I like what you guys provide here. It's a nice environment where everybody feels good. It's an environment to share your artistry, so I love that. But I've been doing this work in the community now for over 10 years. I'm going on 20 years, just working in the community, helping individuals become and make the best of themselves by whatever means possible. So for a period, I worked in the DYS system, helping young men change their mindset to get them out of that destructive system of DYS, because there's millions and even billions of dollars being made off of our young people. And how many people in here have been affected by a young person either to crime or been killed or just something in the streets? How many people have been affected by a young person, right? So we know that it's very real in our community. So many years ago I said, I'm tired of talking about the problem. We got to come up with some solutions to fix these problems. So not only do I work with young men in DYS, but I work with younger kids in elementary schools and middle schools. And we started a company 10 years ago called WeResource, just to teach financial principles, because as I looked at our young people, they were striving for some kind of financial or monetary gain. I said, if we teach them how to make money the right way, teach them how to hustle legally, what difference can we make? What difference can we make? And when we start teaching these principles, they will take them home and tell their parents. And the parents are like, who's teaching you about mutual funds and investments, and where are you learning this at? So we realized that we had something on our hands that was even bigger than just teaching to the youth, and we started teaching to the community. And 10 years later, I could say we've helped women go from being on the system and welfare to opening catering companies, starting photography companies. So our belief is we can help you turn your dream into a reality. And the same 10 principles we teach to kids, we teach to adults. We just use the content as it relates to young people. So if you're a young person, we use different references and different examples to show you how real it is to become an entrepreneur. And in our community, we have so much talent, so much ability. And I remember when I worked at the DYS, it was young men who were poets, they were artists, they were good at math. But this system, it destroyed their belief in themselves. And so doing this work now is phenomenal. I love doing it all over the community. We're doing it in different parts of the country. We're about to do some work in D.C. in one of the worst housing. I won't say worse, one of the highest crime rate housing developments in D.C., in Anacostia, D.C. And there were people who said, no, we're not going. And we said, we're going there. I grew up in Roxbury. I can survive wherever I go. If I can make it in OP, I can make it in D.C. too. So I believe if I'm not there to harm my people, why should I fear them? So we're going into different communities and just trying to break the cycle of poverty and really teach wealth building principles, because wealth is different from earning income. Wealth is more than just money. It's your health, your spirituality, the unification of your neighborhood, the unity, things that you do, you know, for everybody to do well. It's not just okay for me to do well, but I want your program, your things to work. I want you as an artist and the young lady as an artist to do well in our community. So just breaking that cycle of being selfish and wanting it for ourselves and wanting to help everyone in our community. And now I'm excited because although WeResource hit a 10-year mark, I launched my other company to birth a new generation of writers and speakers. Because writing is the way you tell your story. Poetry is you telling your story. Matter of fact, when I was an MC, I'm still an MC, a little older. I was called the underground poet because I believe all rap is poetry, with a beat, a melody, and you know what I mean, and the bars. So now as I'm doing that, me and my daughter is working on the kids version of my Diamond project, coming out December 15th. And I'm excited because I look her in the eye and say, you're going to be a published author before you're 10. And she knows that I'm telling her the truth because I've done it. So I became that example. So I want the adults in the community to show our young people this is what you can become. And anything you want to do, you can achieve through hard work, commitment, and really having the right spiritual foundation of however you believe. And so I want you guys to know, we're in the community, I'm here. When I see these students, it's just, I smile when I see them because I know their hearts, I know what they do. So to know that they put this together, I can understand why it goes so well, why people come out to support. So I'm glad to be here, you know, speaking a little bit about this book that came out. It actually came out December of last year. We're really beginning now to push hard and really get out there in the community. And you interviewed us on the Christmas. And this book is in English and Spanish because our community is a mixture of English and Spanish, and we can teach this wherever we go with translators for a Spanish-speaking audience. So we're excited because we want people to know that wherever you are, if you just come home from prison, you can move forward, you can be productive, you can win. If you've been on welfare for 10 years, you can change that and begin to create things to change your life. So I'm excited, I'm glad to be here. I hope I can come back as a poet.
Absolutely.
Can I come back? So
absolutely.
I want to thank you guys, you know, for what you guys are doing, what you guys are
Will
doing.
you share the 10 principles with us?
I absolutely will. I didn't know I had time. I thought I had to go. You took some of my time. She said, "King, dust it off." I'll quickly go through each principle. And these principles, again, we can make them work for any audience we're in front of because we just use the relative stories for those audiences. So principle 1 is financial success is your choice. And the quote that goes with that is the greatest power that a person possesses is the power to choose. All right? Principle 2, our ability to create wealth is determined by our thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes. And the quote is success is a state of mind. If you want success, stop thinking of yourself as a success. Joyce Brothers. Principle 3, you are the CEO, Chief Executive Officer of your own life. The quote is, to be upset over what you don't have is to waste what you do have. Principle 4 is learn how to add value. Focusing your life solely on making a buck shows a poverty of ambition. It asks too little of yourself, and it will leave you unfulfilled. President Barack Obama. All right. Principle 5, have a place to go. See it, say it, write it down. A person who aims at nothing is sure to hit it. Principle 6, know your money. The quote is, we can tell our value by looking at our checkbook stubs. Checkbooks is going out, but we still look at our bank account and tell our value. Gloria Steinem. Principle 7, a part of all you earn is yours to keep. The quote is, when a man tells you that he got rich through hard work, ask him whose. Don Marquis.
That's a good one.
Principle 8, manage risk, do not avoid it. The quote is, progress always involves risk. You cannot steal second base and keep your foot on first. Principle 9, extend your network to many people. When you start worrying so much about yourself and start looking at others and what they desire, you build a bridge to other people and you become the kind of person others want to be around. These are the keys to connecting. John Maxwell. Principle 10, give some away. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Winston Churchill. And understand this, you guys, we also in here have testimonies of folks who have applied these principles, and these principles have changed their lives. Some now have multiple companies. Some have, doing phenomenal things. Some have 2 or 3 companies, but some are now training others how to be entrepreneurs and how to make a difference in their own life by taking charge of their own life. Because would you agree that things are going to happen to all of us, like adversity and challenges? Would you guys agree? Absolutely. But would you agree the best person to make a difference in your life is you?
Absolutely.
So everything we say in this book is how you make a difference in your life, how you make a decision to build wealth, not anything outside of you. The economy is going to do what it do. Politics is going to do what it do. But if you make a choice to live a certain type of life, then you can build wealth, you can change communities, and you can make an impact. And you can leave a legacy. Because that's what it's all about. We got to be bigger than us. Until we start thinking we got to leave a legacy, we're going to do small things. When we start saying we want to leave a legacy, we'll do big things. Right now, collectively in this room, it's millions of dollars being represented in ideas, insight, thoughts, perspective. But it's a matter of us coming together collectively.